Go ahead.
Thank you, Roberto. So this part of the presentation, we mostly focus on how Evo STDC simplifies NSX provisioning. First, let's take a look at all the steps some user has to do to provision NSX manually. There are so many of them. Some of them are trivial, some of them take few hours of time, some of them take few days. For example, let's take a look at this MTU configuration. The NSX uses a protocol called VXLAN. VXLAN adds a 50-byte packet header to every packet that's sent on the network. Suppose if there is an application that's sending 1500 packet byte, which is the default MTU, adding VXLAN header increases the packet size to 1550. Now, if that packet reaches the top of the rack switch or any switch which is configured with default MTU, it will get dropped. So NSX recommends a minimum MTU of 1600. Configuring this takes time. It has to be configured on all the interfaces and all switches wherever this packet traverses. And it could be error prone. And same is the case with some of the other tasks, right? Creating an NSX controller or creating logical switches or configuring protocols like BGP and OSPF. Evo STDC automates all these tasks. All the user has to do is input the VLANs, infrastructure VLANs, and the subnets, and we will do the rest. So for the demo, I took few servers and connected to two top-of-the-rack switches using MLAG, and I also have a management switch that's connected to all the devices to run some of the management software. Now let's look at a short video demonstrating this. So every rack comes with Evo Manager pre-installed on it. As you can see it here, it's one of the VMs that's sitting there, and all the switches come with default configuration. You can see there is no interface configuration or MTU configuration. There are no VLANs enabled on the switches. Once the Evo Manager is powered on, all the user has to input is a set of IP addresses for infrastructure VLANs like management, vMotion, vSAN, VXLAN, and a network to reach the outside world. Once all the IP addresses are validated and everything is ready, Evo STDC would start deploying tasks that are needed to bring up NSX and other modules for Evo STDC. For this demo, I created two windows. On the left-hand side, we have Evo Manager running, and on the right-hand side, I have vSphere client, where you can see all the current VMs that are deployed. The first task is to go and configure the physical switches with all the VLANs that are needed and the MTUs. As you can see, these are the VLANs that were given input in the previous session, previous part of the provisioning screen. And MTU size has been increased to 1600. We do it in all the interfaces. Once the physical switch configuration is done, Evo STDC start deploying other modules like vCenter or configuring LACP on VDS. Or we also go and configure MLAG on the top of the rack switches. Once all the infrastructure pieces are taken care of, we start deploying NSX Manager, which you can see on the right-hand side showing up there. Then NSX is registered with the vCenter. This allows NSX dashboard to show up on the vCenter UI. Then we go and start creating NSX controllers. As you can see, one by one, the controllers start coming up. Then VXLAN is configured. All this configuration is automated. And the NSX license is applied. One thing about this licensing is every Evo STDC comes with its own license. Customer never needs to go and apply it. We automate that process as well. And then NSX Edge Services Gateway is deployed for north to south communication. Finally, we go and deploy NTP for time synchronization and log insight for monitoring. As you can see, the whole process takes about few hours to complete instead of taking few days. Now, let Roberto continue the rest of the session.